Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Monster Prom. But this isn't just Monster Prom, it's Monster Prom Second Term. So it's DLC for the base game. So with this one, there's two more love interests to pursue, which are Zoe and Calculester, I think that's his name. Yeah. But for this round, I'm going to try to get with Zoe. And Zoe needs 9 hearts, 12 creativity, and 7 charm. You're trying to focus on your own love life, but the sloppy makeout sounds coming from Violet and Tate are making it difficult. Take that somewhere else. My snakes will never be able to digest their food if they have to watch this disgusting display. Just like the little mushroom on that one's head. Yeah, and my fanfiction muse is running for the hills. How am I supposed to write romance when the two of you are making it look so unappealing?
No surprise, you're alone.
Wait, is it those two making out like the little mushroom head thing and like, what is it, like a glob of hair? Well, sounds like somebody is a little bit jealous of our amazing, perfect, wonderful relationship. We're not bothering anyone. You commented on my fanfiction. Still not as romantic as Every Day with my bae. And then a bunch of heart eye emojis and stars and also the kimono emoji. Why did you comment the kimono emoji? You see, Zoe, this is why it's better to be a strong, independent nightmare creature. Terrifying women terrify women. You don't know what you're talking about, Vicky. You're always trying to romance your classmates in various unlikely ways. It's a couple versus a pair of people who don't understand the joys of being in a couple. Go on and be the tiebreaker. Well, if Zoe and Vera don't want to be in relationships, it's going to be hard to get them in a relationship with you. Time to convince one of them. Vera, historically, the only reason why people married was tactical alliances and increasing the wealth of both families. So really, marriages are a great way of solidifying and increasing power and material gain. Zoe, when you're in a relationship, you can do silly couples costumes for Halloween, like peanut butter and jelly or puberty and shame. Oh, that's some classic Vicky nonsense fueled by traditional closed-minded beliefs. What are you doing? You don't have to be in a relationship to do a couple's costume. If Vera and I wanted to do costumes as puberty and shame, we totally could, and we're not dating. Although I bet some fans would totally want us to, since we can both be scary, and I have tentacles and she has snakes, so there's probably something sexy that could happen there. I could only imagine all this stuff now. Okay, you're done. But what if I were in a relationship with Vera? You're not. But people wanted me to be in a relationship with Liam because purple on purple would look beautiful, or a calculester since we're both new students. We can't be in relationships. Think how disappointing that would be for anyone not on board that ship. Hashtag all ships are valid. Beg to differ.
You're so sad.
Well, I think being in a relationship is magical and we've never disappointed anyone. Because you don't have any fans. Does that one even talk? Does it have a mouth? Oh, sick burn. But also Zoe isn't a fan of relationships at all now, which does not bode well for you. Congrats on losing -2 charm and -1 creativity. I hate like trick questions like that. Ugh. You arrive at Zoe and Vera's table, excited to. We're not doing anything suspicious. Well, now it just looks like it. Wait, does she have like one normal arm hand thing? I don't know. And then the other one's like a tentacle. Zoe. And we definitely don't have a fellow student in a cage under this table. You have a fellow student in a cage under the. It's useless, Vera. Vicky is too perceptive. We've got to come clean. Yes, the problem is clearly that Vicky is too perceptive.
Great.
But I suppose we have no choice. Look under the table. Zoe and Vera do indeed seem to have caged a fairy under the table. She's filthy, miserable, and covered in glitter. Fairies cry glitter. We took her as a prisoner during the last food war. You know, for leverage. I didn't think anything of it at the time because taking/tormenting prisoners is just a thing you do as an elder god. But that was 3 days ago, and she's starting to smell. We've got to figure out something else to do with her. We could let her go? No. I fail to see how that profits me. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, what should we do then? The prisoner is probably stinky because she's lonely. Get her a companion to keep her company. Use vicious psychological manipulation to turn her into a sleeper agent, of course. I'm kind of like confused at like her hair. Like, is that like an eye or something? This one's kind of hard. I might just go with the first one. It's like I always used to say, when I was a dark manifestation of hatred and madness.
Spoiler alert, you rock.
Misery loves company, and I love misery. You want another prisoner, Zoe? A prisoner is a big responsibility, you know? Who's going to clean up after it? Who's going to feed it? That's the cool part. If my prior experience as a mistress of extreme pain is anything to go by, they'll feed on each other. That is an interesting cost-cutting measure. Then it's agreed. Oh, I love doing good deeds. And you love letting your hot friend think she's doing a good deed so you can hopefully smooch her later. Everybody wins. Zoe is catching you up on the latest development on Pirate, Vicky and her spooky high seas fanfic, when suddenly a portal opens up. Never fear, the interdimensional prince is here. I have come to claim my bride, or husband, or non-binary life partner using the terminology of their choosing. The interdimensional prince, I love when he pops up. He always adds so much wacky drama. Wait a moment. Weren't you previously eldritch horror and subsequently trapped in a totem deity Zegord? Yes, that was me. You devoured my grandfather, molecule by molecule, turning every atom of his existence into a million scrab beetles before crushing them and snorting their powdered corpses. I'm sorry, that's totally not me anymore. No, it was magnificent. And now here you are in the body of a high school girl, but of legal age to consent, which is exactly my type. Come, my beautiful devourer of worlds, be my horrific bride. No, Zoe is such a spooky high fan, she might agree to marry the prince just for fanfic purposes. Better stop this right now. Be careful. Zoe has been married 17 times before and eaten every one of her spouse's minds. Why get married when you can bounce on this trampoline? I don't think that she would like the first option, so I might just go with the second one. No. Marriage or a trampoline? Why? Why would you even ask such a foolish question when we could have both? Are you suggesting that we exchange our vows? Oh, you stupid. On a mother-flipping trampoline? Yes, my tentacled boysenberry queen. Yes, I am. They run over to the trampoline that is in this location for some reason because spooky high and begin jumping. A portal opens up and an interdimensional, impressive clergyman appears. Marriage, he begins as Zoe and the prince jump higher and higher, giggling with the joys of young love. Marriage is what brings us together. Today, oh no, we have jumped too high and yet another interdimensional officiant has been flung into the sun. This happens every single time I try to get married on a trampoline. How often do you try to get married on trampolines? Early the once, my love, you are my first and only marriage attempt, of course. I return for you another time. I mean, the wedding may be off for now, but you gave Zoe and the prince a super cute bonding moment and a rain check on their marriage. You lose -2 charm and -1 boldness, while Zoe and the prince gain a bunch of inside jokes about the time they bounced a priest into the sun. Why is she's being like such like an even harder character than Vera is. Maybe it's because I don't really know her that well yet, but hopefully it starts working out soon. In the next game, you end up on a team with Vera, Zoe, and Polly, the dream team. For your ideal foursome, but for dodgeball, not so much. They don't really even seem to want to be here. I can't believe we're stuck in this interminable sporting event when we could be doing something so much more productive. Yeah, like hiding in a bathroom stall to learn my classmates' secrets and add them to my fanfic. Or hiding in a bathroom stall for sex reasons. I was gonna say taking over a small South American country, but to each their own, I suppose. Whatever, I bet you could do that in a bathroom stall too. You're smart. But we won't be able to do anything in any bathroom stalls unless we stop this dumb dodgeball game. It's been going on forever. Seriously, I'm pretty sure I subjected the minds of my victims to eternal torments that were shorter than this match. You suspect that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but who cares? This is your chance to get in good with your dream team by dreaming up a way to end the match. Convince coach that dodgeball has to stop because it's cultural appropriation. Mustard gas. This is so hard. Maybe like the first one, I don't know, like they both seem like kind of creative, but they both could go really bad in their own ways. I might just try the first one. Cultural appropriation, you say, but whose culture? And what are we appropriating? You tell him you'd love to answer that, but asking questions is also cultural appropriation from the Sphinx. The Sphinx? What did Vicky just say about asking questions? But you're asking questions. Oh, so just because she's got snakes for hair, you think that makes her not a Sphinx? You're doing it too. I'm too confused. Dodgeball is cancelled. Hooray, we win. Now let's all go to the bathrooms for various reasons. You guys have a great time off in the bathrooms for the rest of the period. Good thing off in the bathrooms isn't cultural appropriation, or is it? Either way, you gain +2 fun and +1 creativity. You sit down with Zoe and Scott. Scott is eating his trademark pizza sandwich, which is just 3 slices of pizza on top of each other. Zoe has a notebook out and is taking notes. But how do you get your food, Scott? Why do you want to know so bad? It's pretty normal. No, it can't be normal. I'm doing research for my latest fanfic, Cry Havoc and Let Slip the Dogs of Love. It's about a pack of werewolves going on the biggest hunt of their lives. A hunt that will change them as hunters, but also as werepeople. They weren't looking for food, but what they found was personal growth and a new understanding of group sexual practices. Also, food. So that's why I need to know. How do you hunt? Oh, well, normally I go to the cafeteria and I ask for pizza. That's it? What about hunting in a pack? Enjoying the spoils together in a feast of blood and rage, exploring each other's bodies. Well, I guess sometimes me and my cousins order pizza at home and then the pizza comes and then we eat the pizza. Zoe does not look at all satisfied with Scott's answer. Maybe you can get Scott to give some juicier info, or convince Zoe that ordering pizza is actually dramatic. But Scott, what about when you go searching for pizza in the wild? Zoe, don't dismiss the utter suspense and extreme pathos of waiting endlessly for the pizza to arrive. Truly, it is the central tragedy of the 21st century. I really don't know which one to pick for this. The first one would be like a good idea for like the fanfic and stuff, but then the second one is like edging. Hopefully the first one works out. Oh man, we did that one time and it was the worst. There was no cell phone service, so instead of calling for delivery, we had to transform into wolves and chase it down. And then when we got there, it wasn't even a pizza, it was 3 deer. And there wasn't any bread or cheese, so instead of bread, we used deer flesh. And instead of cheese, we used more deer flesh. And instead of pepperoni, we used deer flesh? No, beef jerky. We're not animals. Oh, I think you are. Scott, I think you are. Now, how did you all sleep on your little camping trip? In the nude or nude and cuddling? Looks like this conversation is finally going the way Zoe wanted it to. She shoots you an appreciative wink with one of the light-devouring voids that pass for her eyes. Aww. Guys, stop it. I don't want any dead goats. I'm at school. We understand you perfectly, Lord Zegord. This is a test. We must bring you even more dead goats to satisfy your dark hunger. What? No. That's the opposite of what I said. And I don't go by Zegord anymore. I'm Zoe, okay? Z-O-E. Can we take a rain check on that study session? Vicky, I can't stand to be around these jerks. Zoe brushes past you on her way out. The cultists stare at you with unconcealed awe. Well, okay, it's concealed but by their terrifying mask, but still. Zegord addressed you by name, and you did not go mad with pleasure. It addressed you almost as if you were an equal. It passed within inches of your frail mortal frame, and what's more, it mentioned rain. Could it be that it was referring to the fabled storm of cerebrospinal fluid, which will one day come to quench all sanity? Brothers, sisters, bow down before Vicky, for she is clearly the prophet of Zegord. Please, O prophet, guide your worship, for we have noticed of late that our Lord appears dissatisfied with our sacrifices. The blood of many goats once pleased Zegord, and yet now we do not understand what has changed. That's pretty obvious. Perhaps, given your special relationship with our incomprehensible master, you could suggest a new sort of sacrifice that would please it. F it. You've got nothing better to do. You decide to be a prophet for the day. You tell them that what they should really be sacrificing. It's important to learn from your mistakes, so sacrifice another goat, but write, "We're sorry" on the side. Sacrifice your own harmful prejudices. I am super confused right now and do not know what to pick. So let's try the first one. Truly your wisdom is subtle and deep, an apology goat. That is what our Lord requires. But if the insult has been so great, perhaps a single goat is not enough. You try to explain that even a single goat might be too much, but there's no stopping them now.
Let the ritual commence.
We will sacrifice 10 goats, and on each goat we shall carve one letter of our message. We are sorry. Our Lord despises contractions. You're pretty sure she doesn't, but what do you know? You're just some idiot who thinks writing words on a dead goat is a good idea. The cultists have just finished the gruesome work of carving letters into 10 dead goats when Zoe pops back into the room. On second thought, Vicky, could we study now? These guys are still here. We are indeed, Lord, but do not subject us to your unspeakable fury. We have prepared a 10-goat apology. What on earth is a 10-goat? Why are there letters carved into all the goats? Why do they spell out we say error? Are you guys having a stroke? What? No! Rearrange the goats. Rearrange them, comrades. Erase worry? Are you seriously telling me to chill out right now? No, no. Move the goats again. We've got it for sure this time. Raw rose rye? That's it. Everybody dies. Zoe's not kidding. Witnessing the brutal evisceration of all those cultists is enough to permanently lower your grades too. You lose -2 smarts and -1 fun. During a break between dodgeball matches, you spot Coach shouting some encouraging words at Zoe.
Always believe in yourself.
Come on, Zoe, let's go. 100 burpees. It's the fun exercise that's fun to say. Don't you want to be your best self? Of course I do, Coach, and I'm so grateful for all the time and attention you spend on us students. You know what they say? Time and attention are the deadlifts of the soul. Sure, but with all the time you spent learning about and encouraging us, how many people have taken the time to get to know you? I mean, we don't even know your real name. Oh, my name is... Or why you decided to become a high school coach. Tell us about that. Well, if you really want to know, I first fell in love with sports through the noble game of beach volleyball. But that's not why I became a coach. No, I became a coach because of my father. Oh, was he a great coach too?
Well, you did your best.
No, he was quite the opposite. A tiger tycoon who made billions selling unhealthy sugar-frosted cornflakes to kids. With his ill-gotten gains, he bought us a fabulous home in the jungles of Miami. But to me, it was no better than a cardboard box. No better than the cardboard boxes that ship that sugary cereal out to unmuscled children all over the world. I had to escape. And when I did, I vowed to devote my life to helping kids stay healthy. But even so, I'm not sure I'll ever be able to do enough to make up for the sins of my father. Aw, hey, Coach, don't be sad. You're a great coach, and I'm sure any of us here would love to help you in your crusade against unhealthy breakfast. Zoe looks around for other students to agree with her, but they all very carefully ignore her. You, on the other hand, kind of want to smooch Zoe, so you offered your aid. Let's replace breakfast with a more exciting morning activity so kids do that instead of eating. No breakfast means no unhealthy breakfast. Let's create a hip new mascot for healthy food. Kids love hip new mascots. This is so confusing. I really don't know what to pick. Like, I feel like the questions for second term, I feel like the answers for the questions for second term have gotten like even better than they were in like the first term, because the first term, always one of the answers just seemed to be like a dead giveaway, like that wasn't the right one. But these ones are like super confusing. Maybe this one. After a few minutes of brainstorming with Zoe, a little alchemy, and a lot of luck, you create your very own super hip health food mascot. Coach, allow me to present to you Xander, the teenage essential amino acid. The two of you step aside to reveal Xander, a shambling bundle of vaguely human-shaped proteins, wearing a baseball cap. Sup, everybody, says Xander. I'm Xander, the teenage essential amino acid. I'm essential because your body is unable to synthesize me on its own, and if you don't have me, you'll suffer from protein deficiency. A sweet guitar riff echoes in the background. Symptoms of protein deficiency include elevated risk of infection, edema, fragile hair, and kidney failure. Xander puts on a pair of sunglasses. Dudes. It's working. I think he's really appealing to the youth demographic. youth. Coach is right all over the gym. Your classmates are crowding around to give Xander high fives and learn skateboarding tricks from him. You've really outdone yourselves this time. Also, you should probably get more essential amino acids. In the meantime, have +2 smarts and +1 money for your character licensing. You find Liam bending over his burrito with intense concentration. He's obviously taking a food pic for a moment gram. He channels the silent energy of the moon. Zoe is right behind him, peeking over his shoulder and giggling. She channels the giggling energy of the moon.
Oh, hey.
Liam, this pic is all wrong. Tell the burrito to smile with its eyes and make its cheese look less melty. And add a filter. Filter more. Filter again. Ugh, why must I constantly be disturbed while taking my refined food pics? No one understands my superior sense of frame. Maybe because that's my phone you're using? A fair point, but my phone is charging. What am I supposed to do with this food in the cafeteria at lunchtime? Eat it? I think not. You purple dork. I'm just saying that if you wanted to reach true levels of Tex-Mex beauty, you should add the sticker of Jimin to your food pic. Nothing says good taste like pasting the face of a K-pop superstar next to a high school burrito. Pure egg yolk. For a moment, all three of you just admire the Jimin sticker. Liam shakes it off and regains his composure. Let's agree to disagree. Timeless horror. Or let's put Jimin in your dumb food pic. Stop it. Quick, fix this burrito moment-gram K-pop emergency. What if we use the Jimin sticker where he's contemplating the existential notions of death, meaninglessness, and the void? True K-pop fans should know that Jimin's favorite food is enchiladas, and his second favorite food is leaving Liam alone. I'm gonna go with the first one. You had me at meaningless. I'll allow this nonsense. Yay, now snap that thing. I must admit, Jimin adds a quiet, powerful pathos to this bean and cheese burrito. This appropriation of mainstream culture is quite satisfying. Zoe's pic goes mega, uber, super viral, and now the whole world is Jimining their burritos. Geez, the internet is weird, but not as weird as your high school. It seems like Zoe is practically blushing magenta as she sidles up to you. So, listen, Vicky. Hanging out at school and getting into wacky shenanigans is great and everything, but it's also randomly absurd and absurdly random, and I just want to have some kawaii date time. So what if we do something super, super cute and adorable together, like a nice little picnic? I mean, I still want it to be personal to me, you know, so I want to have the picnic in a pocket dimension nightmare void that holds a special place in my heart. It's just a super cute, super cozy despair realm devoid of any sense and unreachable to normal minds, so I like to hang out there and watch anime on my phone between classes. Anyway, when I meet there in a few, I'll bring us some cute little picnic snacks. You try to think of a way to keep from losing your sanity and getting your soul fractured. See ya in a few. Aw, that sounds super adorable, except for the losing your mind part, but you know, a good way to fix that. Grab a cup of coffee, some nuts, some blueberries, and scarf them down, all food well known for being good for your brain. Purchase a foil anti-void hat from the very trustworthy dude who sells stuff in the dark alley behind the school. I'm gonna go with the first one. You stop by the school snack shop, which is a thing that exists but is rarely mentioned because what you think you know every single location at Spooky High, you don't. You get a half-calf macchiato, triple southchow latte, some trail mix, and blueberries, and shove them in the old food hole. Immediately, you can feel their magic working. Hey there, Vicky. You ready to head to the despair realm? You sure hope so. Zoe takes your hand, and you can feel your heart pounding and your pulse racing. She leads you onward. So here it is. I hope you like the atmosphere. I mean, not the atmosphere, like the vibe. I mean, I hope you like that as well. I just mean, like, literally how devoid of oxygen the actual atmosphere here is. Whether or not this would have been a problem for you normally, which is frankly debatable, it certainly isn't today, not after that healthy and energizing snack. You always use a healthy snack to start the day off right, and decimate the obstacles from geometry chess to getting impaled with a spear, which are equally likely at the school. Are you having fun? You seem like you're having fun, right? Like you're having fun? I mean, you're not shrieking with agony and your eyes haven't melted out of your face, and you're still speaking coherently, so that's pretty good for this dimension. It's a good baseline for any date, really. You and Zoe have a wonderful and super cutesy time drinking your sodas to the sounds of the wind echoing in your ears eerily like the shrieks of the dying. It seems like your healthy snack wasn't quite healthy enough to keep your brain from any change whatsoever, because you're now inexplicably highly empathic to the feelings of raccoons. But it was still everything Zoe dreamt of, specifically that you survived it and you gained +2 charm with raccoons, which bleeds over into your regular monster life too, along with +1 fun. I'm like, just like 1 charm short. I need like 7 charms. So let's see if this works out.
Let's go.
You finally pluck up your courage and ask your beloved to go to the Monster Prom with you.
Meh.
Oh, honey, I'd love to.
Meh.
But the thing is, you know, Zoe plus Vicky doesn't add up to any funny or cool ship names, and everyone knows that's the first rule of choosing a date.
Spoiler alert. You
So, not this time, okay? Call me if by any chance you change your name in the future, though.
Ooh, headcanon idea.
Failing at Monster Prom broke the essential process of growing up in your life. You became fixated on it, and you never became a functional adult. Now you're just an old person that sits at parks and talks to strangers about the time you almost got a date to the Monster Prom. It is as weird and as sad as it sounds. So that was like a very close round. I'm not sure how many hearts I have because I don't think that it tells you, but I was like 1 charm short. But thanks for watching. Bye.